in Posuk Yud Aleph. V'yomer mi higid lecha ki eramata. Who said that you are wearing no clothing? Hamin ha'etz. Was it Haman? Haman min ater minayin. The most diabolical person to ever live is the energy behind the Eitz Hadas. Which means when a person's struggling with his Yetzer Hara, he has to realize that Haman is talking there. Asher tzivisicha levilti ochel mimenu ochalto. You know, you heard that one time when Hitler, Yamach Shema, was making one of these giant rallies. So, you know, these big things you probably saw one time is kill the Jews.
No, it's crazy.
Beyond, right? And there was a Yid at the front, and he was like sort of a little bit, sort of chuckling a bit. And then Hitler Yamach Shema said, "You Jew, don't you know what I'm saying?" He said, I'm going to be killing you all. So he said, I couldn't help but just, think there was other people that said the same thing. There was someone named Paro, and he said the same thing. We're going to throw all the boys in the river. But, nowadays, I get 7 days holiday. I get Pesach, very nice time with my kids. I don't have to go to work. And there was another person like you named Haman. And I have Purim. It's ganz lebendig. It's wonderful. It's really kind of 2 days also off. And I'm just kind of thinking what's going to be the holiday after you're gone also.
Wow. Yeah, why don't we?
Is that a real story?
We do, but it's just like a sad moment.
Yeah, why don't we celebrate like a win?
We're still in it.
Well,
But there's going to be a big win.
Purim.
That Mashiach is going to come, and you're going to see a big win, my friends.
Also, there's a link between Nazis and Haman. That whole
The
thing.
Purim story,
They're like the twin sons and the.
for sure. Come on, this is next level.
Haman didn't succeed at all in killing any of the Jews.
He did succeed because he made them sin.
But he didn't wipe out 6 million Jews.
I'll drink that.
He did kill people, and he wiped them out spiritually.
I'll throw a fire cage on his like.
Much more
Nazis wiped
profound
us out spiritually.
is getting them to eat by the Suda of Achashverosh.
Nazis wiped us out spiritually and physically.
You could be a Jew in your house, but a German outside.
I would say
That's where the
Nazis
problems
succeeded
started.
More than
That story actually happened. That just like.
It's true, there's a story. One way to.
So Yomer Adam. Ha'isha asher nosata imadi hi nasna li. The woman that you gave me, she gave it to me. Mina eitz va'oichel. Ha'omer Hashem Elokim lo isha ma zois asis. V'tomer ha'isha nochash hishiani va'oichel. V'yomer Hashem Elokim lo nochash ki asisa zois or at mikol behema mikol chayas asod al gechoincha selach ve'offer toichal ki kol yemei chayecha. And now we move on. Ve'eva oshis beincha ubein ha'isha uben zarcha uben zara. Hu yeshuvcha roish ve'ata teshufenu akev. Okay, what is this section teaching us? God is speaking to the snake and is saying, Ataloil liskavanta. Ataloinis kavanta. You were not having intention to make Adam and Eve fall for no reason. Ella, rather, what was your motive? Sheyamas Adam, that you thought that Adam would eat. V'kishit, and then Kisha Yoichal Hu Tchila. Then when Chava would see that Adam ate, V'tisas Chava, the snake wanted to marry Chava. You know that part of the story? It's Rashi. He was a hitman. He was trying to get Adam out of it. Really, the snake was hoping that she would give it first to her husband to try it. It's
Yeah, why would he want her to eat husband and then be like, how bad? And then like, oh.
he was hoping that.
he push?
When he just got the husband.
Yeah, straight, yeah. Like, is it one
Maybe you
more?
could say that he wasn't able to take him down directly. He was able to seduce Chava more easily.
I feel like it should have been the other way around.
But did he tell Chava?
Surely?
Be getting seduced by snakes all the time.
Did he tell Chava to eat first?
He wanted that
Yes, Jesus.
Adam would eat it.
Okay, but if you wanted him to eat it first, he would have said something else. Like, what did he tell Chava? When
Look at the rest of Rashi here. V'loi basa l'daber el Chava tchila. He only came to Chava first. El lefi shanoshim kalas lispatos. V'yoidas lepatos is baleim. That the Nachash's original intention was that the snake could go to Eve, seduce her, and then Chava then could go seduce Adam and convince him. That was his line of thinking. First go to her, seduce her, and then go that she'll go to Adam and convince him to do it, knock him out, and then the snake will marry Chava.
So that was the snake's intention? The snake's intention was to get Chava?
Yeah.
Did the snake want Chava to eat the tree or not?
Did the snake want who?
Chava to eat the tree because once she eats, she like she dies. I'm saying if the
Snake wanted some contact, looks like with Chava, that she did not eat. Chava in her highest perfected state.
But in her highest respective state, now why would she marry a snake? Surely she needs to eat from a tree to marry a snake.
The
Have the inclination. And in a way, didn't she marry?
the snake was alluring. She never ate from it, but she heard what he was saying. Remember, the snake is chakim. The snake is very snaky. Tes Zayin. Ela Isha Amar. And this is important because people think that a man is born as a sinner. We're going to see that a man is not born as a sinner.
That's a Christian belief, right?
So this is the important question. Is man born a sinner? And they might suggest that, look, we see that there's major cursing about to happen in the Torah. But you have to pay very close attention to who actually is getting what curses. To be aware, is man born a sinner? Fascinating, right?
Yeah.
So let's see some of these curses. Ela isha amar harba arbe itzvoinech veheroinech be'etzev teldi bonem ve'el ishech teshukasech v'hu yimshol bach. Okay, who wants to translate those words? Ela isha amar. So the snake is, God is talking. Harbe arbe itzvoinech. What do those words mean? Itzvonech, Rashi says, is zet sar gidl bonim. That there will be a problem in the way that you raise kids. Raise kids.
I thought this was the they were talking about childbirth.
We haven't arrived there yet. There's two things. There's two different curses. Itzvonech is it's not going to be pashut to raise kids. Kids are going to be difficult. I'm sure all of you guys are perfect angels, pashut. But it's going to be difficult to raise kids. Says Rashi, Heiroinech Zetzar Ha'ibr. That is the difficulty in having a baby. So there's two things. There's number one, raising your kids. I'm sure you guys were all angels. And there's another difficulty of heiroinech, which is the pregnancy, and then the etzev tel di bonim, Rashi, zet sar haleda. You're going to have a hard time giving birth. So there's 3 challenges right now happening. You're going to have trouble begidul banim, actually raising kids. You're going to have trouble during pregnancy. Pregnancy is not going to be an easy thing. And if you ask women, they will attest to that. It's not a cakewalk. And by the way, if anybody ever told you this thing called morning sickness, they're lying to you. It's morning sickness, afternoon sickness, mid-afternoon sickness, night sickness. It could be anytime. Ve'ala isha tishuka sech. Now that's interesting. And then there's going to be this natural desire for a wife to a husband. L'tashmish, afal pikein ein loch metzach l'toivoi bepeh, elu yimshol bach, hakol mimenu v'loi mimech. There's going to be an interesting dynamic in the male-female relationship here that's going to come into the world. By the way, right before I got married, so I went to a certain tzaddik and I said, I need a chosen shmuz. You know what a chosen shmuz is? A chosen shmuz, Bochatu Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'akol nibid v'roi. A chosen shmuz means you're a chosen, and before you get married, they give you a shmuz. What's a shmuz? A little shmuz about what's about to happen. And, to try to ground the guy in reality of what he's getting himself into. And so there was a certain tzaddik that I went to, and his chosen shmuz took all of 1.5 minutes. And he said, the pasuk says, "V'hu yimshal bach." It says that the dynamic of Adam and Chava became such that there's going to be such a thing that the husband will be the guide now. Hu yimshal bach. He will give spiritual guidance to the home. And it's important that you should be a leader, give spiritual guidance. And of course, you're going to collaborate with your wife. It's the ultimate collab. But there's going to be a guide, a guiding light. And we know that the woman is even higher than the husband, like we mentioned. Eishes challah teres bala. But there's going to be a guide. But then he said there's a deeper meaning. What does the word yimshal also mean? What word do you see in yimshal? A mashal. V'hu yimshal bach. What does that mean? Who? You, the chassan? You'll learn the mashal of you and God and the Jewish people, bach, in your wife. Hu yimshal bach. That you, the chassan, you're going to learn the great mashal of the connection of God and us through this union. You're going to learn shir shirim now. And I'm telling you, the day after you get married, your eyes open up and you're like, wow. This that we say that God and the world and Klal Yisrael, there's a marriage. So once you get married, now you understand much more the mashal. Through the mashal, teaching you the nimshal of what it means that Hashem is married to us. That was the whole chassan shmuz. I had another chassan shmuz with somebody from the Mir. It took about 3 minutes. And he basically quoted 2 Rambams. It's classic Mir chassan shmuz. He quoted one Rambam that says that a husband should honor his wife more than him. If he has enough money and he wants to get a new pair of shoes and she wants a new dress, he should make sure that she has it.
That makes sense.
Should honor her more.
What it means to love, right? To give.
That's right. Should honor her more than himself. Make sure that she's comfortable and has what she needs. And then the next Rambam says that a wife should look at her husband like a king and treat him with tremendous respect. So he said, you know what the secret is to marriage? You look at your Rambam, and she looks at her Rambam. Don't start looking at, wait, doesn't it say over there in your Rambam that I'm supposed to be a king? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, doesn't it say in your Rambam you're supposed to treat me better than you treat yourself? So if you're looking at each other's Rambams, all the problems start. It says if you stick to your Rambam, and she sticks to her Rambam, then there's going to be success in the marriage. And then he said, read the book. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Have a nice day. That was the shmooze.
Did you read it?
Yeah.
What?
Heard that guy.
Yeah. It's probably like in Cherem nowadays.
What?
It's not a Jewish book, is it?
It's not a Jewish book. I'm saying the world puts things into Cherem. Because even suggesting that a man and a woman could be different, so different they're like different planets, is like there's going to be virtual tomatoes flying out of the screen right now. Or real ones.
It's well to read the book.
Pardon?
It's a good read the book.
It's a very good read. It's a very good read. I wonder how many people in the world believe that that's an important book to read. Anybody know that book? You heard of that book?
It was written in the 90s. It was like back
I'm from the 80s. I'm saying, no, this is old school stuff. Probably 90s, 80s, something like that. 80s?
Well, it's good though.
Of course it's good. Very good. So v'hu yim shol bach. So the same words that mean that he will have a guiding light to the home also means that you will find in this relationship the entire understanding of the marriage of God and us. Okay, so I don't have anywhere here a curse that someone is a sinner. And therefore it's amazing that there's so many people that believe that we're born sinners. Let's continue to see if we find it. Ula Adam Amar, and to God he said, Ki shamata l'kol ishtacha v'toicha min ha'etz. You listened to your wife's voice, and you ate from the eitz asher tzivisicha lemor lo yisochal mimenu. Arura, cursed. Oh, maybe there it is. No, Hadama. The land became cursed. Doesn't say that a human being is a sinner. The land became cursed. Bavurecha. B'itzavan tochalena. And you're going to eat with difficulty. Kol yemei chayecha. Bugs in the figs. Difficulty. Bugs, literally. Look at this. Arura ha'adama bavurecha. Look at Rashi, Rabbi Sai. Look at Rashi. It's on Yud Zayin. Arura, because here I want to teach you guys to be able to learn Rashi. Arura ha'adama bavurecha. Cursed is the land because of you eating. The land is cursed. That what will happen? Tale lecha devarim arurim. Now the land will produce things that will be pests. Kegoin, zvuvim, paroshim, unemalim. All sorts of bugs and ants and flies. Things that will become now just bothersome to human beings. They will issue forth from the land. Mashal le'yotze tarbes ra, v'abrius mekalois shodaim sheyonak mehem. Interesting analogy that Rashi brings. That you cause this to happen. So, where did Adam come from? He compares it to a person who goes off the derech. So people see this guy going off the derech. And what do they say? They say, cursed is the one that really gave birth to this guy, this horrible person in the world now. Like, oy vey, look what you brought into the world.
His father, his mother.
That this mother brought him into the world, did not teach this guy the right lessons. So the world looks at that. So too the land was cursed, because man came from the land, from the earth. That this earth, you came from this, and that it led you to this, the land is now being cursed. And what are things that we now see? Koitz v'dardar tatzmiach. Thank you. Thank you. Safe flight. Thank you. Thank you. So, this is important. It says now, "Kautz v'darda tatzmiach lach." There will be thorns and thistles that will now grow on the land. Ve'ochalta es esev asodeh, and you're going to be eating the weeds of the field. It's interesting. The Arizal, oh, you'll like this. The Arizal used to eat kautz v'dardar because this is like all sorts of thorns and thistles, as a way that if he eats it, then the curse is finished. So he would fulfill that and it would be done. It's like he made a tikkun on it. Don't go out and eat thorns and thistles, my friends. Not a good idea. I'm saying the Arizal could do it, but I wouldn't suggest. It could be that one of the things that's now becoming popular in the world is people are getting into like, dandelion tea and getting into like certain, what they call weeds, and people realizing there's a lot of medicine in them.
Are there? Is there?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, like bitter herbs and things like that are very potent and powerful. Koitz v'dardar tatzmiach. Meaning to say, what's the problem of koitz v'dardar? Why is it such an issue to have koitz v'dardar? Koitz v'dardar is an issue because koitz v'dardar are things that when you eat them, you need a lot of preparation. Whereas it used to be, hamoitzi lechem min haaretz. That Adam would just put his hand into the earth and pull out loaves of bread.
Bread of the earth, that's what it's saying.
Yeah, you thought about that? Hamotzi lechem. No, you don't take lechem min haaretz, you take chita. Motzi lechem min haaretz.
Why is it bread of the land?
Because he reached into the earth and he could pull out freshly baked loaves of bread. Yeah, Pasha
Yeah, imagine
sourdough.
that. Imagine if you could just like pull out challah from
Like gold.
a cave.
Just go to like the side of a wall and just like a freshly baked loaf.
There's like a piece of colour in the wall. If you go in the cocktail in the inside room, very far back, about like me hip height, there's like a piece of stone that looks
Like a challah?
I'm
I'm sure it was promised to us 4,000 years ago.
Seriously, like you'll go there and you're like, why is there colour in the wall? You go try and take it away. It's great, but it's disgusting. No, you can't.
It's like, it's braided?
No, literally like there's like a gap and sticking out like that.
I was just talking about the braided challah versus like a lump of challah.
By the way, why do we braid the challah? Anybody know?
Well, there's like stone.
Kabbalistic ideas?
There is. We didn't talk about this, but it says that when Chava came to Adam, that God braided Chava's hair.
That's where braiding the challah comes from?
It said God braided Chava's hair, that it made her look very pretty,
Sixth grade.
Why
Is it sixth grade
why did you braid her hair?
because it's pretty,
Is that sixth grade?
Why is she supposed to be pretty?
because she's the Shechina, and the Shechina is gorgeous, and women have a tremendous natural beauty, and that there's an energy of a woman that is looking to find favor.
But there's also the challah that looks like a football with like two strands on top, right? That people make.
There's different vibes, but braiding has always been a very classic type of challah because of Chava's hair. Chava's hair was braided.
When does her hair become braided? Is it from the beginning or at a certain point?
At a certain point, God braided it and brought her to Adam.
This is before the sin or after the sin?
Pretty.
This is before or after the sin?
It does look pretty.
I'm not sure. I need to think about that. But I like that question. Okay, one more line, Rabbi side. Was it before or after the sin? I don't know. I have to think about that. You might say before the sin she doesn't need to have any braids. Just there's a natural desire. But afterwards, when we became more identified with the five senses and physicality. So there is the introduction of adorning oneself and in jewelry and in different things like that, and preparing oneself. And I have to think more about that. Oh, and here comes the next part. With the sweat of your brow, you're going to eat bread. So nowhere do we see here that man is a sinner. You're not born a sinner. You're born, you got to work hard to make a living. These are the curses. That you, in your essence, are good. You are good. And therefore, we don't wake up in the morning and say to our friends when we greet them, so what have you done today to be saved, sinner? We say, you're a soul. What have you done today to connect to God more? We go in the positive because on your core, you are good. Do you have an evil inclination? Yes. That's what the snake put into us. And that's what confuses us. But our essence is pure. Our essence is pure and good.
Where would someone, where could you make the argument to prevent from that sin, from that being sin? Where's the argument made?
If you believe that you need a salvation because you're not good, so then you could suggest such a thing. We know that you're good. And we know that the curses here are focused on parnasa. Now this is the next one, parnasa. You're going to have a hard time making a living. Yeah, making a living is not easy. You have to work hard for it. You got to schwitz. Ad shuvcha elo adama. Until you return back to the land. Ki mimena lukachta. And there's also the curse of death. Ki offer ata ve'offer toshuv. And you're going to go back to the earth. That's also a curse. But you're not a sinner. You're mortal. But your soul will continue forever. That's why one of the most fundamental Jewish beliefs is the reincarnation. Because your soul, which is naturally good, will come back. Your soul that is essentially good will come back.
Where does it connect to this area here, that idea of reincarnation? Besides the soul being good, where does that show?
We're just pointing out here that we don't see any curse that a man became a sinner. We see other curses. So those that want to suggest that man is a sinner, so we're not. These are where the curses happen after Adam eats. We don't see that he's a sinner.
Doesn't he have to be a sinner in order to eat? No.
That the snake is the power of convincing, and he was lured in to that. But he now never lost his soul. He now just had to be able to choose. Will I follow the snake? The snake used to be on the outside, so I was able to see him. But now the snake is on the inside. So I have to be able to identify when is it my evil inclination speaking, and then when is it me, my soul speaking. So the snake never became the person, only to the degree that they're choosing it. They get identity that this is who I am. So when you learn, let's say, Chassidus continues to identify you with your soul. And to the degree that you're identified with your soul, you don't feel connected to the snake anymore. You keep pushing him away. A little bit of light pushes away a lot of darkness. Remember that.
The snake is not part of us, it's an external.
External. That's what the Gemara says. Ein adam chayte, ela shenichnas boy ruach shtus. A person does not do an avera unless a spirit of insanity enters into him from the outside. Which means that which makes a person sin is something external coming in. You and your essence are good. Elakai neshama shenosata bi tehoyrahi. The soul that you placed inside of me is pure. The soul that you placed inside of me is pure. I always thought that it would have been a funny thing. Anybody ever had a book in the olden days called Choose Your Own Adventure books? You had those? It's like,
Or like flip to this if you choose this option.
if you choose to this option, you want to go into the dungeon, so flip to page 42. If you want to go and fight the dragon, 41. And it's like different storylines. So I would have thought that a Jewish prayer book would be like a Choose Your Own Adventure. And it would say the following. If you stayed in the base medrash last night, so turn to page 2, Elokai neshama shenosata bi tehorehi, the soul that you place inside of me is pure. But if you went to Ben Yehuda Street and did things that you shouldn't be doing, turn to page 4, which is the soul that you place inside of me has become contaminated. But there's only one book, which doesn't absolve a person from doing the wrong thing. You have to do the right thing. But it means that the core of who you are is pure. By the way, what's the Ner Tamid? What's that everlasting flame that you see above the ark in shuls? That everlasting flame is the symbol of your soul. That's why it's always there, the Ner Tamid. It's an everlasting flame. It doesn't go out. It's like a pilot light. And that is good.
And they use the artificial flames.
You can use whatever you want. It's all symbolic.
What if you get clips like
A person could get to such a level of evil that he just takes himself out. However, barring that level of rebellion, every single person has a point of godliness inside of them. It's completely pure. And therefore, nobody is born a sinner. We're born good with an evil inclination. And you have to really fight that. Okay, the last line, because then we're finishing the Aliyah already. V'yikra ha'adam shem ishtoi Chava. And man called his wife Chava. Ki hi ha'ise aim kol chai. Now Chava has a name. She's the aim kol chai. She's the mother of all living beings. We all come from Chava, my friends. V'yas Hashem Elokim la'adam la'ishtoi kosnus or. And God made them garments, clothing. There's a lot of ink spilled on this section of what these kosnus or were. So either it means that now they became skin people, like you and I, because we know that before Adam ate, that his skin was like fingernail. Now it wasn't like fingernail man. It means that just like a fingernail is something which covers, but also you see through it. His body covered him, but you could see through it. It was like luminescent. It was like light. It had a body of light. If you looked at Adam, all you saw was soul, and if you really squinted your eyes, you'd make out the wisp of a body. After Adam ate, all you see is a bunch of bodies. And if you look carefully, maybe on a Friday night, maybe you look into someone's eyes deeply, you make out of a wisp of a soul in there. It's because our identification went from being soul identification to more body identification. That's what happened after eating. But it never meant that my soul went anywhere. It just meant that my identification is now blurry. That's why by Havdalah, we do with the fingernails to look in the light, because that's the time that we're transitioning back into the week. And you're really saying that Hashem, I want to be connected to Adam before he ate from the tree this week.
What's like the reason of like having it? So you can see it?
Because the light means getting pleasure from it. Because Adam made fire on Motzi Shabbos. It was light. He never saw darkness. He had the oraganos, which we'll talk about more as we're getting closer to Hanukkah. He had the hidden light for 36 hours. So he never saw darkness. And all of a sudden now it's getting dark for the first time. So he makes fire. And then we're reminded, and he's now getting kicked out of the garden. And humanity is about to go to the next phase. And we're still fixing everything that he went through. But never forgetting that we are a soul, my friends. We are a soul.
How can we name Eve after like all the animals named before? Like they have no name.
I'm not sure. I have to think about that. There's also questions why her name was Chava, should have been Chaya. Chaya is also a pretty name. So the boy said, we're mamish afoot here. And it's important to know that basically up until this point, we've seen a lot, but now things are really about to get interesting. Because we know that man is about to get exiled from the garden. Something is about to happen, and God is going to set up basically protection that man shouldn't get back into the garden. And God presents a concern that if man eats from the tree of life at this point, it could all be over. So we're going to be going into this next phase next week, B'siyata D'Shmaya. And then we're also going to be seeing, as the parsha really opens up, start seeing the progeny. We start seeing the next generation of humanity going into Cain and Hevel, Cain and Abel, and understanding the whole unfolding as we basically culminate in Noach. And B'siyata D'Shmaya will go through this. Page 975, Rabbi Isai. It's Jack's favorite part of the whole day, he told me. Tehillim. Mizrat Hashem, we're so happy to have our friends with us. Maybe people could share with us where they're writing from today. It's amazing that people still think that a human being, thank you, is born a sinner. It's very important, my friends, to realize that you are born good. You are good. Your essence is good. Excellent question, 121. You are born good. Your soul is good. And God desires you.
So that's a film's program, like a month, you said, like in that seat, or it's over a whole month.
You could do it in a month, you could do it in 7 days. People sometimes divide the Psalms of David to finish the whole book of Tehillim. Some people finish it every day, by the way. I knew people that finished it 3 times a day. They read Tehillim 3 times a day.
Is it fast?
It takes them like an hour and a half, 2 hours each time, and that's right. Before Shabbos. That's right. Many Hasidim daven all the Tehillim before Shabbos, on Shabbos especially. It's a big thing, Tehillim, to know Tehillim. And some people divide it into 7 days to read the whole of Tehillim in 7 days. Some people divide it into 30 days to finish all of Tehillim in 30 days.
So what Chabad does, right?
Chabad says every single day after Shabbos. So in Kabbalah they say that you shouldn't interlock your fingers and squeeze them. But Rabbi Yosha was famous is that he would sit there like this, and people would be like, and he was telling them, the halacha is not to crunch them together. So one, it brings like worry on a person. It shows that you're like I'm worried, like what's gonna be, like you're concerned about something.
Now I'm like really
So Rabbi Yosha would do it to tell people that the halacha is that it's mutter, because the problem kabbalistically was crunching it together. That being said, sometimes if I do a visual and I'm trying to explain 2 things coming together, I'll use that. But you generally won't see me. I try not to ever have them like locked together like that. Rather, we do it as we fold it over. We have always right folded over the left. When I'm putting the thumbs in, that's one of the ways to daven Shemona Esrei that the Ramak brings down. Is that when you daven Shemona Esrei, you put your hands like this. Right always goes over left because the right is chesed, is kindness. You want kindness to go over gevura. That being said, that's also why our jackets go that way. And there are certain Chabadniks that even though they have the short coats, and the short coats generally the left goes over the right, they'll flip the buttons to make sure that the right goes over the left. That's hardcore, yeah.
Does the right foot over the left if the
Generally, in this area, yes, the right goes over the left. There's other areas when it comes to tefillin that a lefty will put on his right hand because that's his weak hand. That's his
That means they
yad
do
keya
Tachman on the left time still?
on the left still. Some people only do the left,
On the tefillin.
even on the tefillin, but we don't follow that. That's more of a kabbalistic thing.
In Rav's mental class, you say abruptly hold the food in your right hand.
Right hand, correct.
Really, really.
Like,
Everything should be with the right hand. You shouldn't give something to somebody in the left hand. You should give it with your right hand.
lefty who like their dominant hand is their tenant. Is it not?
This is a long sugya. It's a very long sugya because there's certain things that yes goes with the right of everybody, and certain things that goes with whatever's the dominant hand of that person.
Well, why is that if there's a concept of that's a
Because for that person, his left is his right. That is his chesed. Because only in certain things is the right chesed. And in other words, he's chesed like everybody else. It's a much longer sugya going into every single thing. Which things yes, which things no. Putting on your shoes, shaking hands, putting on your tefillin. There's no, but you're right.
Those aren't technically mitzvahs, right?
Putting on tefillin's a mitzvah.
No, but the shoe, right?
Putting on your shoes is a mitzvah. For sure it
Putting
is.
the right shoe on first, it's one of the 613.
It's not one of the 613. But there's a mitzvah of bechol derachei de'eu, to go in the ways of God. And these are more deeper kabbalistic ways to go like God and emulate his hanhagas, the way that God relates to the world.
if you could I know it's like right left and left right. Is that also socks right left?
Yeah.
But if you
Pant leg, right, left. No Bruce Lee. You know Bruce Lee can jump into both pants at the same time? You never heard that one? Yeah. That's high level athleticism. I remember back in the day I tried that.
Yeah, we don't do it to jeans.
Even in sweatpants, just ushmartem ma'ol b'nafshasecha. I'm like, be careful with your health. Like that's like, it's a bit risky. But we don't Bruce Lee it for other reasons, is that we go for the right and then the left, because we give preference to the right. The right is chesed. Shirt on also, the right one. Washing. Okay, Rabbi Saab, we're going to go with page 975. Shir l'malo, ezaina yele'ari, mi'ayin yavo Ezri me'im Adonai, oy ze shamayim v'haaretz, al hitel lamo raglecha, al yanum shomrecha, hine hayanam v'lo ishan shomer Yisrael, Adonai shomrecha, Adonai tzilecha, al yeminecha, yoimam hashemesh layakeka v'yareach b'layla, Adonai yishmorcha mikol, yishmor es nafshecha, Adonai yishmorcha tzezcha v'yecha, me'ado yado elam. Shkoyach Rabbi Yisai Zok Teile